Hello and welcome to K-Stop, Fuse's K-Pop podcast. Hello, everybody. This is Jeff Benjamin, and as always, I am joined by the Sohyun to my Zico, Tina Zhu.
Isn't that not a good comparison, though? Because they're not together.
Oh, right. That's how we announce that we're breaking up.
Back when they were still very much together.
Okay,
and,
fine.
In a
yeah.
duo.
You're right. Sorry.
Hey, everyone. As always, thank you for joining us on an all-new episode of K-Stop.
All-new episode of K-Stop. This is actually a very special K-Stop. I don't know if you know this, Tina, but this is episode...
I was like, why is this one super special?
I mean, they're always special.
Right.
But this one is super special because it's episode 52, our anniversary episode.
Oh, my gosh.
Happy anniversary,
wow.
K-Stop listeners.
52.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. We did start in early February.
Yeah, so it's been a year of K-Stop.
Oh my gosh, why didn't I, this did not register with me. I'm terrible. Usually I'm good with dates and, things like that.
Like, I didn't remember
My
our
bad,
anniversary.
my bad.
But yes, I can't believe it. It was just a year ago that Tina and I were brought into this incredible studio in Fuse and recorded our very first episode.
That was
we were
probably actually very awkward.
We were probably very
probably
awkward.
as hell. Like we were just sitting here like we don't know how to not be awkward. We don't like our own voices.
Yes.
Like, how is our rapport gonna be?
We were really nervous because we were being recorded at first too. They were recording.
We were, filmed.
Yeah, it was very kind of.
Yeah,
it was
still.
Horrible. We were figuring out all the kinks and quirks of it, and.
Right.
We were both very nervous about being on camera, even though we were just talking to each other.
It was a very stressful hour.
And I remember our first test run, and I still look back in horror. I think I went on this long, winding comment about after school and Produce 101 and IOI or something like that, and it just I could tell everyone was getting so bored because we had a bunch of people listening to us. Do you remember that first episode?
We had a mini studio audience.
Yeah, because they were kind of giving us feedback.
To facilitate.
I was like, oh my god, I'm losing them. I'm sinking ship. But hopefully,
well,
you
look
guys.
Look at us now. I would say we're faring pretty well.
I hope so. You guys, we have incredible listenership, incredible viewers. You guys even got us on you get us on the podcast music charts. It's so awesome that you guys have been so supportive, and we're so really happy and thankful for all the listeners. And it's been fun to talk to you guys about everything every week. And
obviously we super appreciate all the comments we get, whether it's on Fuse.tv or to our personal handles on Twitter or just through the general hashtag KStop. So speaking of Twitter, you can always hit us up there.
Yes.
My Twitter is hey_Tina with 3 A's.
And I'm Jeff_Benjamin. 2 underscores. Don't forget it.
Speaking of comments.
Yes.
Do you have any that stand out this week?
But as you must know by now, if you've been listening to us all 52 weeks, hopefully you've listened every 52 weeks. maybe not. Maybe you missed a couple episodes. I won't hold it against you.
You don't need to listen to the first couple. Those left a lot to be desired. Probably.
I remember being really scared to talk about certain topics. But no, we've only grown into ourselves, gotten more confident with ourselves. And so hopefully you've enjoyed us. So thank you. Send us your favorite K-Stop memories at #KStop. But before that, I really loved a bunch of comments this week. I loved this one from Daniel Van Voren at YellerVan, YellerVan on Twitter. Is Cave Me In stuck in my head every day because it's so damn good, or because it's in English so I know all the words for once? #KStop.
I think it's both, but more so the former, because it's just a bomb-ass song.
It is really good. I just keep listening to it.
Yeah, I love that. I've heard so much positive feedback.
So much.
In response to Cave Me In, you love it. Our listeners love it. Our coworkers are tweeting about, I'm just strolling around, my neighborhood on the it's a Saturday or Sunday. You're just chilling and listening to Cave Me In, and it just makes me so happy.
It makes me really happy too, especially because our biggest thing, at least my biggest thing, was kind of this is how this kind of collaboration should work. This is
Right.
how it works. It's so much better this way. And it
Right.
just, yeah,
And
it's a
and they
stunning.
even said themselves in an interview with Hypebeast Korea recently that they didn't specifically plan to promote the song in any type of way, and they believe that the song would be self-promoting. And it's funny because that's essentially what's happening. It is self-promoting. People are finding it themselves.
Totally.
It's really resonating with different audiences, both. Well, I can't really speak for domestic audiences, but I would hope that it's doing well there since Gallant, performed there and he already kind of has a footing there.
Right.
So, yeah, and it's such a great release.
Yeah, no.
I think it really has longevity to it, too.
I hope so, right? I really feel strongly about it. I was trying to see if it charted at all in America or anything like that.
Right.
It doesn't look like it. I have to
Right.
look a little deeper, I think. But yeah, no, I think they did what they had to do. It got so many good looks from all around, and yeah, just awesome stuff.
Absolutely.
But it is interesting that it might stick in your head a little more because it's in English, but I don't know. I thought that was an interesting, cool little comment.
I mean, not to shade other English songs made from K-pop artists, but there
okay.
have been songs that are in English or a portion are in
Yeah.
English, and those didn't necessarily get stuck in your head, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't automatically mean it's
You're very right.
it has more credibility or longevity to it.
Yeah.
So.
No, totally. Yeah. So cool comment. I want to shout out another one from Pesha Magid at PGMA. Sorry, I'm so dyslexic. I knew that was wrong.
I'm
At
sorry, I'm not laughing at that.
PMAGIT is her Twitter handle. She also used the hashtag KStop, and she wrote, and this is a comment I really agree with. On Zion T, I feel like the album was really good, but the single did it a disservice. Songs like Cinema and The Bad Guys are brilliant. Did you get to listen to the Zion T album?
It just hit me right now that I completely forgot to listen to the rest of the album. I guess when I was checking the day of the release on Spotify, because I'm a Spotify user,
It wasn't there.
It wasn't there yet.
They took
it's
a day
probably it's there now, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So I will do that as soon as we're done recording.
Yeah, I 100% agree that I didn't think the song was totally the best thing on that album. I really, really, really like Cinema. I also like Complex, the one that has G-Dragon on it. And
Ooh, I'm excited to listen to that one.
yeah, and Sorry is really good with Benzino.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, it's just a really, really strong album altogether.
Yeah. Would you say that your song is more mellow out of the whole album, or is the album pretty consistently this kind of aesthetic, or?
Well, what I really like about it is that he kind of has it's very multifaceted for sure.
Okay.
Like Cinema, which I think was it's a really cool. It's the opening song,
Mm-hmm.
and it has this bossa nova feel to it at first, with
okay.
kind of some nice croonings, and then it flips to a hip hop, a kind of a grungier hip hop
Yeah.
beat, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool, and it kind of
Right.
has those different dimensions of it.
Totally.
I would say your song or the song is probably the easy listeningest song, the easiest song to listen to for if you're looking for mass wide appeal.
Right.
But no, there's so many cool moments on it for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I'm
I would definitely suggest this one. I'm a big fan. And then I don't know. There were some funny comments about how our episode ended last week, but we don't want to dwell on the on the negative. But we actually have some more comments to get to, but I'm gonna save those for later in the in the show. Yes, I'm allowed to do that. But let's just thank you guys for the comments as always. So many, like Tina already said, so many ways to get involved with K-Stop. And last but not least, though, we have one more way we ask you guys to get involved, which is our poll every week, where we ask you to vote on your favorite releases from the week. Like we said last week, we talked about Gallant, Tableau, Eric Nam, Cave Me In, Zion T's The Song, and also Red Velvet's Rookie. And look who came out on top. It was Gallant. No, it was Gallant. Tableau and Eric Nam.
Oh my god.
57% of the vote.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Because when you said look, I was like, oh, he's gonna be like looky.
Oh.
Rookie came. I was like,
I
don't
already-
do this, Jeff.
I already forgot that.
Don't
that
do
happened.
this.
Rookie came in second place with 29% of the votes. And Zion T came with a respectable 14%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, good job, everybody. Y'all did great.
I'm thinking maybe the Tableau fans came out and got this
I
done.
think they did. Eric Nam might have shared the podcast too. I'm not totally sure. Maybe Gallant did. Not sure. But thanks if you did, or thanks if you didn't. Love you guys. So yeah, let's just keep it going and get right into this week's releases.
It's like, where are you going?
I don't know where I was going with that, but yes, we have a lot of boys. It's a boy.
It's a very male-heavy episode.
It's a boys'
which,
club.
I mean, I have no problem with. So.
Okay, Tina.
No
calm
problem.
down.
What should we start with? We got like a fresh rookie group. Well, not super fresh, but they debuted, in the last, 6 months or so. And then we have a veteran group-ish, kind of veteran. And then someone kind of that falls in the middle. I don't know. Let's just start with Day6.
Let's do it.
Yeah, because
long-time K-Stop listener lovers.
Right. Everyone, like, people who have listened to K-Stop for a minute now, they know we both love Day6. They know I'm obsessed with Jay. I'll listen to anything he sings. He can sing the phone book, and I would listen to it. And Day6, they said at the starting in January, they would release a singles EP every month, roughly around the 6th, right, of every month. So it's like every month Day6 or every day Day6 or something like that.
It's called like Every Day 6.
Okay.
Or something.
Okay, and each release consists of 2 tracks, one of which is, I guess, the lead single of that project, and they make a music video for. And so February, I guess the lead single is called "You Are Beautiful."
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very interesting because this is essentially what I think it's a sequel to "Congratulations," which is their debut single, because the lead actress in the video is the same actress, and they use
is she?
Yeah, and they use scenes from "Congratulations." The same lead male actor. Same relationship, and I think the general understanding is that it is a sequel. It's not a prequel.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and even though obviously the 2 songs are very different songs, melodically, I will say if we're just since we're tying the 2 songs together, like storyline wise, "Congratulations" is more kind of what the type of a song I gravitate toward for Day6. I like "You Were Beautiful" a lot too. It's very nice, but it's a little like simple for me.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing particular like really special that made this track stand out compared to their other previous songs, because
that's fair.
because they have set the standard so high, and I love all their songs that this one didn't necessarily give me anything that, like I said, made it stand out more.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's very, very Day6 to me. It's very kind of quintessential Day6.
Yeah.
It seems like, if you were to pick out a track on a Day6 album, this would be very Day6.
Yeah, well, 100%.
Does that make sense?
No, I that's kind of like my biggest takeaway too, is that this is like classic, Day6 sound. Like what I think of when I think of them is this kind of sound.
Right.
And that's not to even say it's a bad thing. I think like I feel like there's some new-ish elements to it. Like, I feel like the chorus was a little rockier. Like, they went a little harder with, like, the guitar lines and the grungy lines and stuff like that. But ultimately, like, it kind of just, if you're a Day6 fan, you're going to like this,
Right. I think that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
If you like Day6, if you like, especially the first EP, this would fit in very well, like sonically with the first EP.
For sure.
So I appreciated it actually a lot.
And like I'll say too, like I just really liked I thought Jungjin sounds like he you know that his kind of like raspy like
The Is
you,
he the lead vocalist?
he's the one he takes like the second half of the chorus.
Sunjin.
Sorry, yes,
Sunjin.
Sungjin or
Right. Yeah. No, he's actually a very underrated member because he is
yeah.
like the lead vocalist, but he also is like he doesn't talk as much in interviews. It's a
Uh-huh.
lot. It's very heavily like leaning toward or focusing on Jay and
Yeah,
Young K, obviously, since they're like
for
the
sure.
international members
Yeah.
and you
No,
know.
totally. But like when he just sings, it's just like it's that he has this like tone and like this
Hmm.
this like timbre to his voice that like just is so it's just so unique and so remarkable and like
Right.
automatic like it just feels like once he comes in like on that
Right.
he takes the second half of the first chorus like in
Hmm.
particular and I was just like listening I'm like oh I just feel warmer like listening to he just has this like
He
tone
does have a
about
very
him.
warm tone to his voice. It's
It's
very,
so
very soothing.
gorgeous and like
It's a little deeper as well,
yeah.
compared to Jay and Young K when they sing. And especially Wonpil has definitely, for those who might not know their names, he's the one who starts the second verse,
Yes.
who has the reddish hair.
Yeah.
So his voice is definitely a little bit higher pitched.
Uh-huh.
So very different tone from Sunjin's voice, but everyone obviously like brings their own color. There's our favorite.
Oh gosh,
word.
I
Just
almost
kidding.
did you hear me when I said I almost used the word color? But no, it's true. I mean, there are just some, and I think what I really like about the more and more I keep hearing this every DAY6
Mhm.
project, is that we're just gonna keep getting to know these voices more and more,
More, for
which is
sure.
tough to do. When if you're a boy band and you dance and everyone has like sort of their moments and like boy but it's tougher in a band an
Mhm.
actual band
Right.
where you're playing instruments and it's more kind of about this you're playing your instruments you can't move as much you don't have these sort of
Right.
dynamic moments
Right.
that people are like oh that's
And
the
you
cute
literally have
one
something blocking you. You
I
have
mean yeah
something. You're holding something.
exactly you can't make those dynamic so it's almost like the music needs to speak more
Exactly. That's so true.
and I think that's why they're doing this more and more
Right.
and shout out to JYP for really investing in day
Right.
6 and making this happen.
And I also really like how they are giving more pieces of the story, and it didn't just end with. I feel like with every single that they release, it ties into previous releases, and it's one overarching
Oh, that's
storyline.
interesting.
Like congratulations, obviously you're very kind of sarcastically bitter
Mhm.
when you see that your ex moved on so quickly, and
Yeah.
I think most people have related to that on some level. And then with letting go, it's that stage of kind of coming to
Yeah.
terms with it, and you're
Mhm.
not as bitter anymore. You're just coming to understand and realize more about the situation. And then I Wish was, a lot of people thought it's called I Wish, right? Yeah. The one that was like more rock
Yeah.
heavy. A lot of people thought of that as a prequel to Congratulations, or
Oh,
maybe at the same
interesting.
time,
Okay.
simultaneously or something like that, kind of in
Yeah.
between. Is that one was a little harder to place.
Right.
And I think You Are Beautiful is the latest
Yeah.
edition, the sequel, where
The
it's actually from the
acceptance.
but also I think it's from the girl's point of view this time, because in the music video she's literally watching
right.
her memories with her ex,
Yeah.
and she is realizing what she gave up,
Yeah.
because
'Cause
with
it
the
was her.
flashbacks with how
Mhm.
well he treated her, and you could see
Mhm.
that it was very bittersweet. She had tears in her eyes,
Mm.
and I think she was longing for what
Yeah.
she gave up with
Right.
him. So I think it was very interesting that they showed it from her point of view in this video.
Yeah, I was like actually like getting very emotional.
No, I could actually only watch that video like once per sitting, because I will cry with like if it's like a freaking like peanut butter commercial. Like it doesn't take much for me to start crying.
Do
So I was like,
not
let me
give Tina
not
peanut
sit in
butter.
the office
Yeah.
and be crying because then other people just be alarmed.
Yes.
Like, what's
No.
happening? Are you okay?
I was getting teary-eyed, yeah, because it was just so bitter, like just so many like adorable, awesome moments, and then
Right.
like
But it was just so painful to watch.
it totally was. They
Because
were
they
so,
were so happy at one time.
yeah,
And it would be one thing if they were happy at that time and then one person ended it and then, bitter feelings like anger or whatever, acceptance, and both of them moved on, but they didn't move on.
yeah,
And that's what's so tragic about it. And it's just like, and I think what makes it even more heartbreaking is that she's just sitting at work.
yeah,
She's sitting at work and
alone,
it's a regular day,
it's late,
but
yeah.
right. And then she's just trapped in her own thoughts,
Yeah.
and it's something that she probably feels like I could have avoided this. I could have fixed this.
Yeah.
But as the lyrics say, no matter how I feel, you are part of my past now. Like it doesn't really matter what she feels now because so much has happened and she can't go back and undo some of those things that happened. And it's just so sad because there's, even if you realize things, you can't go back to change a lot of what has happened,
Yeah. No,
So-
totally. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
and I
getting all
think-
emo now.
Yeah,
Getting all
I mean,
reflective.
I really like how they don't half-ass their videos. I truly don't.
Yes. No,
I mean, they truly don't.
yeah. Because I think a lot of fans too. I remember seeing some fan comments. They weren't even sure if we were getting a video. Oh crap.
Oh my god. Sorry, the light just shut off again because it's a motion sensor.
Oh
It's really actually really
It's
dark
so
in here right now. So we're like,
this hasn't happened in weeks. If you are a longtime K-Stop, you remember this happened to. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
this is like actually really bad.
I hope I'm crashing. Oh, there we go.
Here we go.
Oh, it's because of that. It's because of that screen.
Oh, we have a green screen set up in here right now, and it's blocking.
It's blocking the
Um,
motion sensor.
the
This is probably gonna
sensor
happen
from
again. Oh
detecting
my
our
gosh.
motions.
Yeah, it's only been.
Anyway,
Oh gosh, that was scary.
but you were saying comments from fans.
Oh yeah. They weren't even sure that if we were gonna get a music video. This, they were hoping we were,
Mhm.
but yeah, just because 12 music videos, that's gonna get expensive. If
That's
they're
true.
really.
But I will say their videos are, they are very well done, but they don't seem like they are super high budget and
You're right. They're
like-
not going on crazy sets,
right.
crazy
The sets
outfits.
are relatively simple. They're more or less just they're always on some sort of stage because they need their instruments there,
Yes.
obviously. But in terms of number of settings and backdrops, it really I feel like only is limited to 2.
Yeah, you're right.
And
you're very right.
they use a lot of the same scenes because
Yeah.
it's coming from the same storyline, which I
Right.
think
Very
is also
true.
really, really smart. So it's more just about the editing, if anything.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see what the next release
Yes,
holds,
me too.
entails, and maybe
yeah.
it's gonna be a new storyline. Maybe it'll be
Yeah.
the same storyline.
I have a feeling they're gonna give us something like really different next time. I feel it in
Yeah.
my bones.
But then me being like such a lover of their unique sound that I don't want it to be too crazy. I feel like I Wait was like the craziest I would want them to go.
Yeah.
Because that one really kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
At first I actually didn't like it, but
right.
as the more I listened to it, the more I appreciated it, or different elements of it at least.
Do you remember the Freely song on the second album or first? It was maybe I can't remember which. It was called Freely. It's like I keep listening to it lately. Like I kind of like passed it up when I initially listened to it, but it's like now
Is that
become
the
one of my.
first one?
It's called like free. La, la. I really like it. I don't know if anyone wants a suggestion of a Day6 B side.
Maybe
I'm
that's
really
the first one.
might be from the first one,
I
but
can't remember.
I was going through all my Day6 once again love, and yeah,
Yeah.
I've just been digging that one lately. But I feel like we've exhausted this literally
Ugh,
one
I
song.
could talk
but
about them all day.
I know, I love it, I love it. But let us know what you guys think of Day6's latest every day. Day6.
Every day.
Blah, blah, blah.
Ugh, now we gotta wait another 4 weeks.
Yes, you do. Be patient, Tina.
Yeah. I guess why don't we go into something totally new? We've never talked about this group before. We were kind
Yes.
of apprehensive when people kind of suggested them to us, or we heard about them through other websites or something. SF9,
SF9.
who I think they were part of, the best rookie category at some of the year-end
Yeah,
award shows.
totally. They were definitely
And
included.
yeah, and I've heard people talk about them. I've seen tweets about them.
Hmm.
Um, and
They
they just came out with their what's the EP called again? I never remember the EP names. Burning Sensation, is that what it's called?
Burning Sensation.
I think it's called Burning Sensation.
Actually, you're right. It is called Burning Sensation.
That's not
Yes,
a good title. I'm just
gosh.
thinking like WebMD right now.
Yeah. The single though is
There
called
is a
Roar.
I'm experiencing a burning sensation.
Yeah, I hope people aren't like googling that. And,
Oh my
I don't
gosh! But the
know.
title track is called Roar.
Yes, and of course, if you're not familiar with SF9, they are under FNC Entertainment, which up until now had only put out bands. They had put out CN Blue and FT Island and AOA. And AOA actually, for those who don't know, even though they're mostly a dance group now, they did have a band subunit. But SF9 is their strictly their first like outfit that is focused like on dance, like rhythmic
dance,
focus.
performance,
Yes,
right.
exactly. And yeah, I mean, like my quick history about them is that I watched I checked out like their debut stuff. They debuted their debut single was called Fanfare, and it was powerful, very like rhythmic focus. But I feel like it didn't do enough to like distinguish them from like
To
the
set
other
them
edgy boy
apart,
bands
for
like
sure.
Monster X and
Right.
Gorilla or not Gorilla, Pentagon.
Yeah, I feel like
and
there are a lot of those kind of larger dance focused groups
yeah, it's definitely
that
like
show a lot of like power and
yeah.
edginess, like you said, and it's hard to actually distinguish one from the other.
Totally. It's definitely the BTS trend, I feel like, like I feel like everyone's kind of on this similar thing. But yeah, I mean, and so my thing with them was that like okay, like, they need more releases to show why they're unique, but like they had some really like hard-hitting beats and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And that's a little different, so like maybe they could find their place with like, really hard hitting, choreographies and stuff like that.
And so,
I
what did you think of the single?
and so Roar, I felt like once again was close to showing something
Okay.
very, showing something cool, because lots of times I would felt like this is not anything totally new, at least sound wise.
Okay.
It was very beat driven once again,
Right.
like we were saying, or like I was saying, but yeah, I would actually say the most kind of captivating moment for me was the music video, because there were like these moments where like they would do some like acrobatics, sort of like
Yeah.
gymnastics sort of moves, or like almost at times like ballet moves.
It was a very artistically driven video, which really surprised me.
Yeah, there were some cool moments like that, like the paint on the
The
faces.
paint was
and
like
stuff
very
like that.
mesmerizing.
Yeah.
I actually couldn't look away, and it was so random, but also it kind of felt like it worked
Yeah.
because the whole video gave me a sense as if it made me think of like for some reason museum exhibitions.
Okay.
Because they would show kind of like random chairs,
Yeah.
but then display it in a way that made it seem very like elegant and in like
an exhibit or something.
pristine kind of. And then it did obviously the paint just made it seem more literal in that sense.
Yeah.
And like you said, the movements seemed very. They were very kind of like, I don't know, like on purpose, and
With purpose, like
I
It
guess
all
that's
felt
what I meant,
like,
like
yeah.
with purpose. And like if like it felt like there was a flow to it, but then there was also like it was also structured.
Yeah, I agree. I saw like some cool formations, when they like break up into threes. There's 9 members, you can tell SF9. Sometimes in K-pop, the numbers don't always align.
Yeah, never assume.
Never assume. 4 minutes, we're looking at you. 17, we're looking
Oh
at you.
right.
But yeah, no, like I feel like I'm getting more and more where this group is going and where they can go. and I am intrigued. I just want to see more. You know, I
Right.
want to see more of it. I want to see. There were some of the members were doing like pirouettes. I think that's what it's
Oh
called.
yeah.
You know, like I was like, oh,
They
that
look
is
like
so
things that you
cool.
saw like the gymnastics floor routine.
Yes,
You know what I'm talking about?
totally. Exactly. Right,
Like
right,
that
right.
takes a lot of athleticism.
Uh-huh. Like they have clearly they are really talented and they are
Mhm.
really great performers. Like there's a lot I think to be seen from this group.
Right.
And I'm really curious. I want to see more from that. You know, I want to see more of
Yeah.
that.
You know, I surprisingly, I mean, I didn't expect too much, just because I just didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I actually really like the song. It's catchy, and I
Oh.
like the beat drop. I like that it's beat driven, but it's not. It doesn't hit you over the head with a lot of like bells and whistles. Like I feel like Fire Truck from NCT.
My new faves. Yeah.
Like it's catchy, but there's so much happening. It's like whistle,
Right.
it's
Totally.
like sirens. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a chaos.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like you get a bit of that in here, but it's not crazy.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, and it's catchy, and I actually really like it. And I can't distinguish who's who really yet, other than
No.
the opening lines are delivered by Rowoon. I know, and I know he's like one of the lead members. He's like visual as well as like rapper or something.
Oh.
So he's like his face is shown a little
Uh-huh.
more.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then
There's that one really like the rapper with like the really
the
raspy
with the silver
tone.
hair.
I think
Was
so.
it the light haired one?
There was just this guy who like he just like was like.
I think he came in midway.
Yeah,
He had
halfway.
that kind of like quintessential K-pop rapper voice where it's like.
I mean, those always take me back. Like
Yeah.
they take me back. Like you know when I
I
just
mean, I'm
hit a-
never mad at it. I'm like, every group seems to have one.
I know
but
it's becoming more, but that's that grizzly like.
Yeah,
tone, like,
yeah.
I'm just like, oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, like I felt like they showed some, you know, they showed enough for me to be like, okay, with their next release, I'll you know check it out. I'll look out for
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
They
Okay.
piqued my interest.
They peaked. Well, I think that's what a new group has to do, right?
Mhm.
You know, like that's kind of the name of the game. Is like, because like we were saying, there's a lot of groups kind of in the same vein. That there's Up Tension, there's Monster X,
Mhm.
there's, you know, GOT7 seems to even do this
right.
at times.
Up Tension actually impressed me too.
Yeah, we loved that
Yeah.
song and that video.
Mhm.
But yeah, you know, it's just like okay, like let's do. You know, it's just about keeping up with the releases and you know making sure they're visible and.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm curious, kind of. They have piqued my attention as well.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
we'll,
So I thought it was a pretty
check
solid
it out.
release.
All right.
Right.
SF9 getting high marks for us.
Yeah. Which member should be my favorite, ladies?
Yeah.
And guys.
Me too. Yes.
Who should I stand for in this group? It's
What
too
else?
overwhelming. There's 9 members.
what should we listen to on Burning Sensation?
Oh God.
On our Burning
I
Sensation.
can't believe they named it that.
I can't wait to put in a Burning Sensation and
Request for.
I'm going to request Burning Sensation ASAP. Oh boy. All right, enough of that. Anyway, last but not least, we know what they were going for, so
Yeah.
great job, guys. I'm excited to check out the EP.
Yes.
But last but not least, we
Last but not least.
got we were kind of mid newbie, total newbie, but now it's just a veteran group.
Yes.
It's Block B with their single Yesterday.
Yes, a fan favorite, Block B. Right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I feel like fans love Block B.
Fans love Block, but I feel like the public now loves Block B.
Mhm.
Like they finally they're doing it. They're doing it.
Yeah,
They're doing it well.
For
Um,
sure.
And this new single, I mean, you remember? Actually, I feel like Block B's Toy was one of the very first songs we ever reviewed in K-Stop. They were definitely episode 2 or 3
Really?
or something.
Was that long ago?
It feels like that long ago. I don't know. I
Okay.
remember Toy was very early
Yeah.
on.
Toy was
and-
great.
I love Toy
Yeah.
as well. And then this, I've actually been kind of waiting for a song like this from them because I feel like we haven't gotten the very animated, very
Mhm.
over the top Block B since like
Okay.
Her, if you remember Her in like 2014.
Yeah, I didn't like
Oh, you
that.
didn't like that
Yeah,
one? Oh,
which
see, I
kind of
love
sets
that.
up what I'm gonna say
Oh
later about the
boy.
song.
Well, okay. No wonder you've been waiting on this one. No, I mean, yeah, I kind of like Block B at their crazy side.
Okay.
Not to say that I dislike the toy side, but I do like this other side of them because that's kind of at least how I first really started noticing them. Like, oh,
Mhm.
they're like kind of the wild guys of
Mhm.
K-pop. You know, like all
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
releases
That's
were like
for
a
sure.
little offbeat and like at times a little like almost too much in
Yeah,
like the
they're very, very bold. They're
yes,
very bold and aggressive, and they don't hold back. And
no,
yeah, I think that's one of the things that people really appreciate about Block B.
right. And you know, like we kind of have been getting a taste of that from the unit, the
Oh,
Block B
right.
Bass
Yeah.
Stars unit.
Right.
But now they're all together, and I think it's always fun to see like Zico like going crazy again and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you seem to feel differently.
I mean, it's just a personal preference. I really prefer like hip hop R&B
Uh-huh.
Block B. And once they kind of move, like I remember a few years ago when they started moving toward different sounds, experimenting more, they kind of lost me. And then
Uh,
I like Toy because it's just catchy.
yeah.
And it's a little bit more easy listening, I guess.
Yeah, that's such a good song.
Um, this one's just I don't. It's not even just because it's Block B. It's like if anyone else released this, I wouldn't like it either. It's just I don't like this kind of song,
yeah.
and I wouldn't. Like I said, I say this about a lot of releases. I just don't know where I would listen to this.
Okay.
It's a little like I appreciate it as like as a production itself. I really like the music video concept. I think it's
Mm,
fun. I think it's wacky.
yeah.
I appreciate aesthetically where they were going.
Yeah. The
I just
sitcom
don't.
feel.
Yeah, I just wouldn't listen to this song. It is
Sure.
the song is catchy, but not in a way that where I'm like, wow, I really appreciate them as artists, and I love this song. I don't.
Right.
It's just. I just. Yeah. I mean,
No, that's
I
legitimate.
just like their Welcome to the Block kind of era and like their
Oh,
debut stuff.
sure.
Um. Yeah, but you seem to like the song too.
Yeah, or I mean, I just kind of, I'm a fan of it. That kind of like wacky style and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like I liked Her, I liked Jackpot, I liked Very Good. You know, those were all
Mhm.
like the kind of over the top, like really like
Yeah, yeah,
crazy releases. Um, and yeah, I don't. I mean, like, will it probably make as big a mark on me as those tracks, or even as much as Toy?
yeah.
Probably not, but I still really like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just
And-
think artistically they are always extremely creative,
yes,
and
totally.
I always appreciate that. I like how the song fits the video concept very
Yeah,
well.
I loved
Um,
the sitcom feel of it all.
yeah, I thought the styling was really on point
Yeah, so
um,
fun.
for this concept. Um, if it were like not a sitcom style, I probably would question the styling a lot more.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. What did you think of what did you think of like the storyline, the concept about how the girl is essentially kind of like playing all of them cuz
Oh,
she's texting pretty much all of them, and then
right.
they are asking, "Where were you yesterday? What were you doing?" And they're like they're asked that they would text her on Cacao and ask like, where are you?" And then she'd be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, blah blah blah," and he'd be like, "Oh, really?" So she's essentially lying and playing them.
I mean, where we see this in so many K-pop videos where like the young girl is fawning over the guy and like so desperate to like make him notice her
Yeah.
and oppa and all that stuff.
Right, right.
I'm always down for a
They
girl
kind of
just
flip the
like
script a little
flipping
bit.
the
Yeah.
script, playing all seven members.
Yeah.
I'm personally always here for something like
Right.
that.
And I liked how it wasn't a I like that they were playful about it and they were
Yes.
goofy about it. Like
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
end where um they were acting as if they were reporters, and they were asking, where were you? Where were you yesterday? And they pull out their phones, and they all had a photo of her as their lock screen. Like, I thought that was hilarious. But and she looked like she was unbothered. Like when P.O. was doing his verse and kind of like interrogating her, she looked unbothered.
And I'm all for that. I'm like, you do your thing, girl. I was like, come on, you play those K-pop stars.
Did you? I feel like we're picking up on how quite a few releases recently have played on the sleuth and detective.
You're right, actually.
Story
Who
and
else?
concept.
Yeah.
Like
AOA
with
Hello
Excuse
Venus.
Me. Yeah. And I think it's cute how they pull out the magnifying glass and they're kind of trying to get to the bottom of things, and I don't know where that kind of came from.
Right.
It's
like
very random.
Who's doing all these like mystery like themed
but yeah,
videos.
I thought it was cute how they were in the convenience store and they were like trying to brush use a brush to get the fingerprints to like see if she like was there or something. I don't know like what fingerprints on like a bag of chips will do, but I like how everything was very exaggerated.
Yes, no, and that's kind of how you have to be, and the sitcom feel like worked for that. For like everything in a sitcom is overdone,
Yeah.
Like so.
Yeah.
I liked it. I don't know. I like seeing their goofy side, and I'm kind of curious that it's just a digital single. It's not like it comes with an EP or an album or anything like that. So I was wondering if this was them like taking a moment to take it back to like their quirkier side, goofier side before kind of continuing maybe along the sound of Toy and stuff like that. I don't know. So
Right. I feel like generally from comments, fans are really liking it.
That's good.
Yeah,
it's good stuff, but
yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad song. I think it's just personally I don't like that sound.
Yeah. Totally.
But I think they made it work regardless.
Well then, which one is your favorite then from this week, Tina?
It is wow, surprise, Day6. You are beautiful.
I can't believe it.
Cannot believe it. I know. I'm just the least predictable person when it comes to Day6.
I know. I mean, I think they get it for me this week too, just because I was just very impressed per usual by them.
Be sure to vote Fuse.tv.
Yes, on your favorite release of the week.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you weren't able to catch up on the videos yourself, we'll have a video playlist up there, so it'll be very convenient for you to watch.
Yes.
Then vote.
Good call. I almost forgot about that. Thanks, Tina. All right, let's get into some charts right now. As you guys know, we take a look at the top 5 K-pop songs on US iTunes right now and see who is topping things in the US. All right, coming in at number 5. Check this out. It's SF9 with Roar off their Burning Sensation EP.
Good for them.
Yeah, no, it sounds like they're finding a little space in international audiences. That's great. Number 4. Once again, Stay With Me, Chanyeol and Punch from the Goblin soundtrack. I think as people keep hearing about Goblin and keep hearing about how popular it is, like new fans are checking it out.
Right.
And then I feel like these songs are just gonna be around for so long because
true.
I think it takes a moment sometimes, because I just was even seeing someone on Facebook the other day, I just started Goblin and I'm so obsessed. I was like, oh wow, interesting.
That's why we see the songs keep coming back.
I think so. Yes.
And these
totally.
and dramas last quite a few weeks, so
yeah, exactly.
You're not always jumping in right at the beginning.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I think that's kind of why these songs have, because I'm even looking a little farther down, and the Crush song is still there, the High song is still there,
that's totally fair.
Not going away anytime soon. Number 3 is My Rookie, Rookie.
Kill me.
It was number 1 last week, I think.
Rookie. Oh my god, it's so annoying, Jeff.
I love it. Yeah, and I strongly suggest checking out the rest of the EP, by the way. There's some cool R&B stuff in it, I will say. And they actually get a little sensual in one song. It's a little
really?
sensual. The song's about
they're doing something that's not like, oh, I look like I'm like 9, 12 preteen girls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the song is about like breaking up with someone, but it's called Body Talk. It's really good. It has this like cool synthy feel to it.
Oh, okay.
I highly
I'll
suggest
check
it.
it out.
Number two, You Were Beautiful by Day6.
Yay!
Yeah. And yeah. And
Who's number one holding off Day 6?
it's Block B with
Fine.
Yesterday.
I'll allow it. I'll
Yeah.
allow it.
I'm trying to like gauge. I can't exactly gauge who's kind of more popular in the U.S. But both of them have done like small tours here.
Yeah.
Both of them have like played K cons and stuff like that. So I'm not totally surprised to see
Yeah,
them
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of competing for that top spot.
That's true.
Cool. Let us know what you guys are listening to. Who's on your lists every week? But last but not least, we have got our deep cut section where we talk about something happening in the K-pop community. This comment actually came last week, I believe, and I held onto it. And yes, we have the power to do that. It came from What Will Said at WELILE_21, who said, with SM Station coming to an end this week, what have been your favorite releases? And yeah, the season 1 of SM Station is ending this week. This was, of course, SM's very ambitious new song a week project where they just put out a new track to kind of, I guess, was to celebrate. I guess they had launched a streaming service or something like. I don't exactly remember.
I can't even remember
what exactly it was, but it was part of their sort of making SM and K-pop and all this stuff bigger and better and all this stuff. So they did it actually.
Right. Yeah.
They did some, songs got just digital single release. Some of them got music videos. Some of them did really well. Some of them you forgot about.
Right.
But we're here to kind of pay a little tribute and then look forward with it.
Because they dropped a teaser for season 2.
Yes.
So there a lot of people are excited for that, and I think the first release comes out in March for season 2.
Wow.
And they've been hyping up the fact that they're gonna collaborate with more people from different countries. They shouted out France, UK, India, Thailand. Yeah.
Wow.
So I feel like they have a lot in store for us. And it's weird to think of it in seasons, because here we think of season like just for TV shows.
Right.
So
yeah,
for
totally.
music videos, you just think of it as like a playlist or a collect, like all part of one label or something. But so when I heard, oh, they teased season 2, I'm like, what are you talking about? Is this the same SM Station we've been talking about? But,
yeah. Right.
Yeah. So there's a very long list that
there are. Yeah.
I kind of forgot about some of them.
What Will said, he said his favorites were the Girls' Generation solos and Dio's songs. And songs by Dio. Those Girls' Generation solos like Taeyeon's Rain, Hyoyeon's Mystery. I almost called it Mystery. I was like,
right.
oh gosh,
yeah.
what's wrong with me? Tiffany's Heartbreak Hotel.
Right.
You don't remember Yuna's Deok Sunggung Stonewall Walkway.
Yeah.
Remember we were kind of like digging that one?
We talked about it, yeah.
We did. There was
it was so Yuna.
It was. We like that one. And then Yuri and Sohyun's Secret. So good stuff. But who were some of yours as we look back on this long list? It's literally right in front of me.
I've noticed that the ones I liked, I don't usually gravitate toward EDM dancey kind of songs, but I feel like SM, a lot of the songs that they released for SM Station were too mellow for me. Because SM, they do have a lot of ballad singers. They have a lot of great vocalists, and sometimes the songs that come out are not totally what I normally listen to. I'm not like a ballad person.
Yeah.
So I realized that the ones I really liked that I kept going back to were things like Boa's No Matter What with Benzino.
Totally.
I love that song so much. It's such a good song to listen to when you're like commuting or like walking. Like it's good walking background music.
Totally.
I like that one a lot.
Me too. That's on my list.
Was that on your list? Okay.
Yeah.
My list isn't that long, to be honest. What else did I like? I loved All Mine by FX.
Of course.
I love that one.
That one's probably at the top of my
It's so
list.
cinematic sounding.
It's so good.
It makes me want to just like go out like and like paint the town.
Yeah.
You know,
Paint the
paint
town.
the town. Let me get my
Yeah.
Chicago on.
I love that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just makes me like want to go out and have a night out, and
Yeah.
it just makes me really like happy.
Yeah. And it was that one FX song we got, at least Korean FX song. So I really love that one too. It's
Yeah.
totally up there with me.
What else I like? I liked the Beat Burger Boa song. Music
Oh
is
yeah.
wonderful, but then I don't know. It didn't have as much longevity for me, but I did like
Okay.
it I remember liking it a lot when it first came out.
Nice.
Yeah, I just think that song didn't flow as well.
Mm.
Because it started off very kind of like slow and kind of soothing,
Yeah.
and then it went like doo-doo, like the chorus was just like really aggressive, and I think like
Right.
it just didn't flow as well.
Totally.
And then I guess I liked Heartbreak Hotel. Thought that was really nice. I thought that fit her vibe very, very well.
I did like that song too, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Nice.
I guess that's my list for now, unless
Yeah.
something else that I forgot about comes to me.
Yeah. You nailed a bunch of mine. I liked the Yoon Mi Rae ballad that came out really early. It was called
Right,
Because
that
of
was
You.
early, yeah.
I really like that one because I really like Yoon Mi Rae
Me
a
too.
lot. But I also loved that Rehab song with
Wave?
FX. Yeah, and
Luna,
Amber and Luna.
yeah.
Amber and Luna, Wave. That song was cool. I think especially because I think Amber was kind of like crooning on it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I was digging it. So I was like, go Amber.
Yeah, I was very surprised. I feel like they did a lot of great collaborations with some European DJs.
Yeah. Well, you're so right with the EDM stuff because, like, once again, like, if I was just looking at this on paper, I'd be like, ugh, okay,
Right.
I don't
Totally.
really know about this, but they came out really well. I think just, we talked about it. Well, we actually talked about this in a deep cut, like way back when, but like how maybe K-pop could be a little more accepted in the EDM community, whereas like,
Oh yeah, we did,
more
yeah.
about the festival vibe and like
Mhm.
less about more about these sort of big statement songs
Right.
and it, it has a lot of vocalists that people have no idea who they are.
Right.
It doesn't really matter where they come from or what
Right.
country they're come from or anything like that.
For sure.
So
for sure.
I think they just did so many good ones in that vein as well.
Right.
There was
And the video was wild too.
oh yeah,
The Wave
right.
video, yeah.
Right. I also really liked Yuri and Sohyun's Secret.
Mm-hmm.
And this song actually only kind of grew on me very recently.
I was gonna say it's a very weird song.
Oh, boy,
there we
here
go.
we go again. This
Okay.
lights just all right, I'll get the lights.
Get the
Everybody-
lights, Jeff.
Hold on. Oh my gosh.
But yes, that's the song that always makes me think it should be on a freaking Top Model promo
I'm back.
or like a car commercial.
It's very
It's-
runway
Right,
esque.
it really is. Which also
very
fit the video very well. so.
sleek, sexy.
Yeah.
Although it was technically for like hair products, I think. It was like a collaboration with like L'Oreal or something.
Oh, that makes so much sense. It just doesn't seem like a real song to me. Does that make sense?
I get, or it seems
just
like
sounds-
it should be made.
It sounds like it is what they call in Korea a CF song.
I see
Right?
what you're saying. I love those kind of songs, though. To be honest,
Yeah.
some of like my favorite songs are CF songs.
Because I know Jeff
That's not
likes
true,
to
but
likes to get a catwalk on in
I
his
do.
apartment. And
Well, you know what I think it was is that well, I mean, yes, first of all, but I was listening to I think I just pulled up Sohyun's name on Apple Music or
Yeah.
whatever it was, and then I played through the EP, and then the Yuri and her song came out,
right.
and then I was just like, oh, this is like such a bop. Like
Right.
I've definitely been like listening to it more and more, and I think there's some cool
It's
stuff
edgy.
in
It's
it.
very edgy sounding.
Dun, dun,
yeah.
the way. Yeah, so I really liked
I'm
did
always
really
I
like
was
that one.
I've always been on the fence with that song. So I'm like, I like it in theory, but it's just too weird of a song for me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It took a moment for me. It's
Yeah.
only very recently that I've sort of gotten back into it. Yeah, but
Oh, something just came to me. Speaking of, I feel like Amber and Luna just work so well together. I actually really liked Heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
I feel like that was such an interesting sounding song.
That's a good one. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
I like that
Oh,
one
I
too.
liked Lay's Monodrama, if you remember that song.
I don't think
Lay
I've heard
from
that one.
EXO. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm really looking through the list right now. Like every act that's active right now, except maybe the Super Junior guys, but no, they're on here too. Like,
Yes, Ye Song had one, but it
yeah,
was very quintessential Ye Song. It was, a ballad.
right. Lee Took had a song with Suho too. But like I remember, we were thinking like, what's this gonna be, but like really everyone got like a lot of shine. Every group got like some type of
Yeah,
shine
like
for the most
Onyu
part.
had a collab.
Totally.
Chonhyung had one.
Yeah. They really
Uh,
they reached out to other, there's a lot of JYP on this.
oh
Um,
God, yeah. The Triple T one, Born to Be
okay, that
Wild.
never
Oh
happened.
my
Uh,
God, I forgot that was part of SM Station.
oh, it
Oh
was.
my God,
Believe me. I didn't
it
forget
was
it.
more JYP than SM, but whatever.
Right. Well, I mean, and even like Sulong from
2 a.m.
2 a.m. was, on a song. Yeah, no YG on here actually, which I think YG needs to.
YG's like the polar opposite of the spectrum from SM. I feel
Yeah,
like
you're right. They probably are too in
JYP's always been
competition.
a safer, like in the middle
Yeah,
kind of
right. JYP's like the
of the three.
friend that like is like friends with both of them.
Oh yeah,
And is
JYP
like
totally, yeah.
he's like the like safe friend,
Yeah.
the but like the other two just like will
Like
not talk
JYP's
to
not
each other.
really polarizing.
No, exactly. So, yeah, just I mean, I'm actually I think even more now that I've kind of seen what they've done,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, okay, I get it. I see where this is going. Now
Right.
I'm even more curious about season 2
I want them
because
to I want them to get a not weirder, but maybe just try different sounds more. Maybe do
yeah.
more of things like heartbeat and
Mm.
I want to actually see a bit more sultriness. I think
Ooh.
Tiffany's extremely sultry, and I like that kind of
Oh
sexy
right.
R&B pop diva vibe.
Yeah.
Maybe bring a little bit of that more.
Totally.
I just want fewer ballads, more other genres.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like
I
SM has done way too many ballads, and if you're pushing innovation in SM Station, just doing a straight up ballad is not innovative to me.
right. Right.
So,
Exactly. Like Yoon Murray releases ballads all the time.
right.
I mean, like, not that once again, I love that song, but it's like, okay, we
But
give us
she can
something
go edgy and
different.
harder too.
Yeah. Or just, if you're doing this as like just put it out just to put it out, I guess.
Yeah.
But, so
But
I'm,
obviously, like, you can't ask people to do something that doesn't fit um their brand, right? Like, I'm not
right.
gonna have Sung do like a hip hop track. It just
I am. Just kidding.
actually that's what no. But no, like they can obviously like they can fuse ballads with other sounds and get different
Totally.
producers.
Yeah.
Like I feel like SM is all about expanding their brand,
Yes,
geographically. So
exactly. I know. I want to see more of it. Yeah, exactly. I think there's just so much more to be seen, and I think, like, and I would actually love to see. I mean, more collaborations. Not. Well, I would love to see more actual K-pop
mhm.
collaborations. Like, if SM is gonna kind of, I mean, they know they're on top. No one is really coming for them, in
Mhm.
terms of where these things are going. Like, there was this kind of cool photo with like Woozy from 17 and I think it
Mhm.
was Chanyeol from
Oh,
EXO.
cool.
So I'm like, oh, that would be pretty cool
Yeah,
if like we had like a 17 EXO sort of
for
crossover thing.
sure. Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that be cool? Like, I'd love to see sort of like, we see them in like those stages, like those, end of the year stages, like there's those kind of collaborations. But like, what if we could make some cool records? Like, I don't know. I think
Mhm.
it'd be cool.
Yeah,
And
yeah. A
then,
lot of it, I feel like a lot of K-pop is just based on one-offs, and they rely on stages, and
yeah.
it's never an official
Right.
project.
Yes, exactly. Or and on the opposite but same hand, more international projects. I mean, like you were saying,
Mhm.
with it sounds so cool what they're doing with like all these other like countries and stuff like
Right.
that.
Especially,
So,
I'm really intrigued by what's coming out of the collaborations with India.
oh my gosh, I can't
Um,
imagine. I'm so
yeah.
excited. I love Bollywood and Indian music
I
and stuff
know
like
you
that.
really do. Yeah. That would be
Ah.
great. But yeah, it'd be cool to see them work with, other agencies, artists.
Yes, totally.
I know it's traditional to stick within your agency, within your
Right.
company. But we'll see where they go with this.
Yeah, no, I'm very curious. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
what are some of your favorites?
Yeah, send us your favorite SM stations. What do you want to see from SM Station Season 2? Secret.
Season 2.
Secret. Um,
Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's coming up in March.
it is. They're gonna take a break. They're gonna take a month off, and then they're gonna come back.
Oh yeah, that is
That
only
could-
a month away.
Yeah, they're
Oh my
gonna
gosh.
take a tiny break. I mean, yeah, I mean, this was just it's sort of just a testament to how, big SM is willing to take everything. Like
Mhm.
they announced the NCT thing, which finally has hit me. I'm finally an NCT stan, and
Took a while, but he got there.
at NBA. So I'm just like, SM, you do you. Like, keep giving me whatever you're trying to do. I'll
Yeah.
be down. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for the Latin American NCT
The la-
units. I need them in my life. I really do.
Oh,
But yeah, on that note, adios from.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. Thank
Oh,
you guys as
God.
always for listening.
ciao.
And yeah, ciao.
Ciao.
How do you say it in Chinese? How do you say goodbye?
再见.
Whatever she
再见.
said, yeah. And yes, leave us comments, vote on your favorite releases, let us know what you guys think, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
As always, this has been Jeff.
And this is Tina.
Bye bye,
Bye.
guys.